Good morning students. I am Dr. Gauri Patil, Assistant Professor at Department of Physics from Arts, Science and Commerce College, Ramananda Nagar, Burli. Students, in today's lecture we will discuss about the Schrödinger wave equation, which is from paper Quantum Mechanics, paper number 10. In last lecture we have discussed matter waves. Now in this lecture we will start new chapter from the Quantum Mechanics, which is Schrödinger wave equation. So before start the actual chapter, first we will discuss about the wave function in the quantum mechanics. Means how wave function plays important role in the quantum mechanics. So what is wave function? What is exactly wave function? So quantum mechanics acknowledges the wave particle duality of matter by supposing that rather than the traveling along a definite path, a particle is distributed through space-like wave, which we have discussed in the matter wave. So the wave that in the quantum mechanics replaces the classical concept of particle, that trajectory which is called as the wave function and which is denoted by this letter psi. So this is the wave function. Means a wave function in a quantum mechanics describes the quantum state of an isolated system of one or more particles. Okay students, means there is a one wave function containing all the information about the entire system, not a separate wave function for each particle in the system. So this is the wave function in the quantum mechanics, which describes the quantum state of an isolated system. So students, here this is the wave function. Now in next slide we will discuss in detail about the wave function. Students, in this lecture we will discuss about the wave function in quantum mechanics. Means when you are in school you learn A, B, C, D and counting 1, 2, 3, 4 first. Similarly, wave function is ABCD in the quantum mechanics and it is very conceptual topic. If you want to understand quantum mechanics in detail, you have to learn wave function clearly. So first I will give you two examples, one from the classical mechanics and other is from daily life. Means in classical system, if you have one system and we know some information about this system, and on the basis of this information you can predict the future behavior of the system. Suppose you have one car and which has mass m. Okay, this car has the mass m and whose position is also x, which is also given. So you can find its velocity at any time t. You can find its velocity by taking its first derivative. Means by taking its first derivative dx upon dt, you can determine its velocity. Then when you take its double derivative, then you can find its acceleration. Means if you know its acceleration and mass, then you can find its force very easily by using which formula? By using this formula, F is equal to mass into acceleration. Similarly, when you know mass, velocity, you can find its linear momentum by using this formula, P is equal to mass into velocity. Means if you know mass, velocity, you can calculate the linear momentum of the car by using the formula P is equal to mass into velocity. Means in classical mechanics you can predict all things very easily. Means you can predict or you can say future behavior of this system very easily. Now we will take another example which is from classical mechanics. Here I will draw first diagram. Here this is the box which having the mass m and there is one spring which is attached with this mass m. Means we have one spring and we attach some mass m with it and spring's one end is attached to another rigid support. Okay, then spring is ideal, so we can apply here Hooke's law. Do you know what is Hooke's law? What is Hooke's law? And according to Hooke's law, you can write here F is equal to minus Kx. So I will write this equation number 1. And here K is spring constant. Here K is spring constant. If we apply Newton's second law here, then what we will get? Here by applying Newton's second law, here we will get F is equal to ma. So here I write this equation as a number 2. So by comparing this equation number 1 and equation number 2, what we will get? By comparing this equation number 1 and equation number 2, comparing 1 and 2, what we will get? ma is equal to minus kx. So here what is A? What is A here? A means acceleration, and acceleration is d square x by dt square. So here for A you can write d square x by dt square. So here I can write like this: m, 1 minute, here, yes. So here by comparing 1 and 2, you get ma is equal to minus kx. Okay, by comparing 1 and 2, you get ma is equal to minus kx, and here instead of a you can write d square x by dt square, or which is equal to minus kx. So here I can write this equation like m into d square x upon dt square plus kx which is equal to 0. Means this equation, which is second order differential equation. This equation is the second order differential equation and whose solution is given by x of t, which is equal to a into cos of omega t minus phi. So students, this is second order differential equation and whose solution is given by equation x of t is equal to a into cos of omega t minus phi. So here x of t, which is equal to a into cos of omega t minus phi, which is equation number 3. So student, as we know, what we get here, equation number 1 is f is equal to minus kx, equation number 2 is f is equal to ma, and by comparing these two equations you get what? M into d square x by dt square plus kx is equal to 0, and whose solution is x of t is equal to a into cos of omega t minus phi. So this is equation number 3. So x of t is the solution of equation m into d square x upon dt square plus kx is equal to 0. Here x is the displacement, means if we get the value of x, what I said, if you get the value of x which is displacement, this x means the solution of second order equation, means when you get the value of x, then by taking its first derivative with respect to t, means by taking its first derivative with respect to t, you can calculate the velocity of the system. Then by taking its double derivative, means d square x upon dt square, you can find the, or you can calculate the acceleration of the system. Means if you know mass of the spring, you can calculate kinetic energy of the system, and kinetic energy which is given by kinetic energy is equal to 1/2 into mv square. And also you can calculate the linear momentum of the system, means linear momentum which is given by p is equal to mv square. So students, from this you can say that by knowing only value of x, by knowing only this value of x, you can give all the information of classical system, means you can predict the future behavior of the system. You can also say that the value of the x, means the equation number 3, this, the value of x, this equation number 3 is the password of this system which unlocks the every information of the system. Okay students, means the value of the x which is the password of this classical mechanics system and which gives the all information of this system. So again I will give you one simple example which is from day-to-day life, that all you have Aadhaar cards, and all Aadhaar card having some number. There is some unique number which was written on this Aadhaar card, and every person Aadhaar card number is different. And if government or state government want any information about you, means about your Aadhaar number, your date of birth, your mother name, your father name, then they can easily find your information, or they can easily find out your information by using your Aadhaar card number. Means by using only Aadhaar card number, they can search your any information. Means for government, your Aadhaar number is your passcode. Similarly, you have in any quantum system in which electron which is revolving around the nucleus in circular orbit, or proton or any highly radioactive particle which is moving with very high speed, then you cannot solve this problem like in a classical mechanical system by applying equation of motion. So here in this case we need one password which is the wave function, and the wave function is the password of this quantum mechanical system. Means this wave function which gives the all information which is regarding to that classical mechanical system, and this classical mechanics and this wave function which is denoted by psi of vector r and time t. So this is the psi, and which we call the wave function. And students, in exam you have one question, that what is this question, that what is wave function, and write short note on this wave function. So student, this is the wave function, and this is the some basic information about the wave function, and in next lecture we will discuss about wave function in details, means what are the properties and how wave function in classical mechanics behaves. Then we will also discuss about the Schrödinger's wave equation in quantum mechanics, and all the physical significance of the wave function. So students, we will stop here, and in next lecture we will continue with the property of the wave function.